What if I told you the Great Pyramid of Giza isn't just a tomb, but a mathematical masterpiece hiding secrets about Earth, the stars, and even numbers like pi, a structure so precise that modern science still can't fully explain how it was built? Welcome to the Hidden Hour. Today, we're diving into the hidden math inside the Egyptian pyramids, the kind of details most people never hear about. 1. A structure that defies logic. Let's start with the basics. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the most famous of all pyramids in Egypt. It was built over 4,500 years ago and was the tallest building in the world for almost 4,000 years. Its original height was about 146.6 meters. Each side of the base is around 230.4 meters long, and incredibly, all four sides are almost exactly equal in length. The difference between the longest and shortest sides is less than 20 centimeters. Even more amazing, the pyramid is aligned almost perfectly with true north. This is something that's hard to do even today using modern technology. Now here's where it gets strange. If you take the total length around the base, the perimeter, and divide it by twice the height, you get a number really close to pi. So what is pi? Pi is a special number in math, about 3.1416, and it helps us understand circles. If you divide the distance around any circle by its width, you get pi. The pyramid isn't a circle, but this number still shows up when you measure it. Did the ancient Egyptians know about pi thousands of years ago? It sure looks like they might have. 2. The golden ratio. Now let's talk about another strange number, the golden ratio, also called phi. It's about 1.618, and it shows up all over nature, in flowers, seashells, hurricanes, and even the shape of your face. If you measure the pyramid's slant height, that's the distance from the base to the top along the side, and divide it by half the base length, you get a number close to the golden ratio. Why is that interesting? Well, the golden ratio has been called the perfect proportion. Artists and architects have used it for centuries to design buildings and paintings that are pleasing to the eye. So how did the ancient Egyptians include it in their pyramid design before anyone even gave the golden ratio a name? That's one of the mysteries. 3. The pyramid and the earth. Here's where it gets even wilder. The pyramid doesn't just use math, it might reflect the earth itself. First, its alignment is nearly perfect with the four cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west, accurate within a tiny fraction of a degree. But there's more. If you take the height of the pyramid and multiply it by 43,200, you get a number very close to the distance from the Earth's center to the North Pole, the planet's polar radius. If you take the base's perimeter and multiply it by the same number, you get a number close to the equator's circumference. So where did the 43,200 come from? Ancient Sumerians used it in their timekeeping systems. It also relates to a cycle called precession, which is the slow wobble of the Earth's axis over thousands of years. So did the pyramid builders know the size of the Earth? Were they trying to record that knowledge in stone? It's a question that scientists still argue about. 4. The pyramid and the speed of light. Now here's something that sounds almost unbelievable. The geographic location of the Great Pyramid is 29.9792458 degrees north. That's almost exactly the same as the speed of light, which is 299,792,458 meters per second. The same digits, just moved around because of how we write coordinates. Of course, people didn't know about the speed of light when the pyramid was built, at least not in any way we understand today. So is it just a coincidence? Or is there something more going on? We can't say for sure, but it's a strange match that gets people thinking. 5. Ancient units, modern constants. Let's talk about how the Egyptians measured things. They used a unit called the royal cubit, which was about 52.36 centimeters long. Now here's the cool part: if you divide the number pi by 6, you get about 0.5236. That's the same as the royal cubit. So the measurement tool they used may have been connected to pi. When you look at the pyramid size in cubits, you see more of these special numbers. You find pi, the golden ratio, and even E, a number used in natural growth patterns, finance, and engineering. These are advanced ideas, so how did the ancient builders work them into their designs? Were they just guessing? Or did they know more than we give them credit for? 6. Was it just a tomb? Most experts say the Great Pyramid was built as a tomb for the pharaoh Khufu. But here's the twist. No body was ever found inside. No writing. Just empty stone rooms. So what if it wasn't just a tomb? Some researchers believe the pyramid was more like a machine, maybe a calendar, a star map, or even a structure meant to store or focus energy. Others think it might have preserved knowledge from a much older civilization, the one that existed before recorded history. And yes, there are even theories that the builders had help from beings not from Earth. We don't need to jump to conclusions, but the math definitely makes you wonder. The pyramid has no voice, but through its shape and numbers, it might be speaking. It tells us about precision, about mathematical constants, about knowledge that seems too advanced for its time. It lines up with the Earth. It echoes cosmic patterns, and it continues to puzzle scientists, engineers, and historians. Was it just a giant tomb, or something much more? One thing is clear, the pyramid is more than just a pile of rocks. It's a message, waiting to be decoded. Which part of this story surprised you the most? Do you think the ancient Egyptians knew what they were doing with all this math? Or was it all just a lucky accident? Let us know in the comments. And if you love mysteries like this one, hit that subscribe button. We've got more stories coming up, right here on The Hidden Hour.